So Vania is the founder of Vania Holt Legal, definitely a champion of women. And she's also one of our gold sponsors today. So thank you so much for supporting our event. Have a seat. So lovely. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I'd love to hear a little bit about you and what you do in Maitland and what your business stands for.
Okay. Hello, my name is Vania Holt. I started a very small law firm last year called Vania Holt Legal. Before that, my journey to get here was I studied law many years ago to work at the DPP, so I could be a prosecutor there. So I was a prosecutor in Sydney and Newcastle, and while I was there, while I was at the DPP, you may have seen some things in the news about EDOB, etc., a lot of corruption in the New South Wales government at the time, and federally. So I thought, well, we've got an ICAC in New South Wales, and we were prosecuting particular people through that. Why isn't there one at the federal level? Okay, so there isn't one at the federal level. What can I do about it? I started a PhD. So I thought, okay, it's the same. So why the government hasn't put a federal ICAC in, I'm not sure. But I'll give you a thesis to read if you're bored.
Like anyway, Saturday night.
That's right. So anyway, I have a massive justice streak. That's the reason. I'm a massive justice streak. Cannot stand when someone is taken advantage of. When I wrote this last week, it was before Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. As a female lawyer, and I put those in inverted commas because we're often called, oh, it's a female lawyer. Male lawyer is often not identified as a male lawyer. And it's still a very, and sorry to all the male lawyers here, or men, it's still a very sexist occupation and profession. I have worked at companies and places that have had their own male clubs that would go off for coffee and not have women. They were also called, it's not a rude word, but they were called the penis club. So they'd be out there having their 11 o'clock meetings without women lawyers. So I've seen this all the way through, and a question was put to me, why, if you're a woman, can you just do something that a man can do or do it better? And it's a difficult question for a lawyer because female lawyers want to be seen exactly as a male lawyer, to be no different really when you're in court. You don't want to be seen as the emotional one. So for my whole legal career, I was told things like, don't cry in the bathroom, stand up, don't cry at the bar table, don't show that you're a person or a woman. And I think only at the end, and now that I've started to be my own boss, my own lawyer, you can, firstly, be a woman and a lawyer at the same time with the same kind of things. But I can also now bring, I'm very interested in domestic violence, and I'm meeting next week with some domestic violence shelters, and I'm trying to figure out a way to donate pro bono hours to domestic assault victims, but also allow people, my clients, to apportion a part of what they're paying, and that can go into domestic violence. So, pay it forward in a way, you've got to be a bit tricky with the legal rules and all that kind of thing. But for example, at the moment I'm discussing it on Monday for sure, but it'll be 5% of my billable hours per week I'll donate to a domestic violence service. And so that is something, these ladies can't afford it. And when you're running, you've got nothing, you've got no money, you've got no passport, you've got no card, and you can't get your bank accounts. You need someone to talk to. And as harsh as it sounds, many domestic violence victims are women, and they prefer to speak with women. Don't be there. They do.
Wow. So thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your journey. And I guess what I want to find out, what are some of the struggles that you've found as a woman in leadership? You're obviously championing, the health and well-being physically and mentally of women, just not in your profession, but in the wider community. What are some of the challenges, personal challenges that you've really faced on that journey?
Well, a lot of it is, I hate to say this, but not being a man. As a lawyer, I'm a woman. But other challenges I faced are, before I came into business, I didn't have to charge people for my own hourly rate. And I am having, and the most difficult thing is for me to say, as a lawyer, I'm going to charge someone $450 an hour. And I've heard prices in Sydney are double, triple that. And to me, that would bankrupt someone in Newcastle. I find it. Sorry.
No, censorship, so I get that because everything I coach is about helping women command the price they deserve. So I understand exactly where you're at. So I'd love to know, what is one piece of advice that you would give to potentially a young woman, if you happen to be watching this on YouTube? What would you give a young woman that's wanting to go into a legal profession, to wanting to actually go forth and step into that field?
Well, you should just go for it, really. I think it's the first thing. It's not as scary as it seemed. I was petrified to go into business. All of my siblings are in business. My father, a retired pharmacist, small business, but I've never worked for myself. I didn't think I had the confidence. But I think I've learned more in these last few months than I have at any university or any other workplace. So it's so gratifying, so gratifying.
Thank you so much, Vania. Please take selfies. Hashtag Maitland WIB is the hashtag today. Take photos of yourself, your table. We want to see that. Share it around. Let's get the social traction going. Vania, how do people get in touch with you?
My website or my phone number. You will come directly to me, so please don't be scared when you call. You're not speaking with a junior or an assistant, you'll be coming to me and I can help you directly. On the website.
Thank you so much for supporting the event today. We really, really appreciate and value you. Thank you so much.